Hey, my people, how y'all doing, babies? Okay, I need to get this reading done. We're on chapter 31. I hope y'all had a beautiful day, and I hope y'all have y'all blanket, notepads, snacks, and we're gonna get with it. First, we're gonna do the word of the day. I did this word of the day already, but I did it with a photo on Instagram, and I don't know if y'all was able to see it or not. So, cause I don't think I put it on shorts on YouTube. So we gonna I'ma just redo that word, and then we're gonna start with Jacob leaves secretly from Canaan. And I got a story that I want to tell y'all, and I'm gonna need y'all to leave y'all comments and y'all opinions about this story when I tell y'all, but it's gonna be tomorrow night, gospel. So the word of the day is self-reflection, and the meaning of self-reflection is meditation or serious thought about one's character, actions, and motives. Okay, hopefully the computer don't start acting crazy, y'all. I really hope not. So it's kind of late, so I'm gonna do one or two readings, and then, cause I'm really anxious to get to finish with Genesis, cause I'm ready to start digging and getting questions out the way and doing lives and all of this exciting stuff. So hopefully, gospel, we should be finished Genesis by the weekend. Okay, so let's start. Chapter 31. Jacob leaves secretly from Canaan. Jacob heard that Laban's sons were saying, Jacob has taken away everything that was our father's, and from what belonged to our father, he has acquired all this wealth and honor. Jacob noticed a change in the attitude of Laban and saw that it was not friendly towards him as before. Then the Lord said to Jacob, return to the land of your fathers and to your people, and I will be with you. So Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah to his flock in the field, and he said to them, I see a change in your father's attitude, that he is not friendly towards me as he was before. But the God of my father Isaac has been with me. You know that I have served your father with all my strength, yet your father has cheated me as often as possible. And that's so sad, y'all, because for some reason, it seems like even in biblical times, the nicer a person is, for some reason, that makes people think that that person is stupid or weak because of their kindness, when it's simply not true, and they take advantage of that person's generosity and changed. I'm gonna read it over because I interrupted. Yet your father has cheated me as often as possible, and changed my wages 10 times. But God did not allow him to hurt me. If he said, the speckle shall be your wages, then the entire flock gave birth to speckled young. And if he said, the streaked shall be your wages, then the entire flock gave birth to streaked young. Thus, God has taken away the flocks of your father and given them to me. And it happened at the time when the flock conceived that I looked up and saw in a dream that the rams which mated with the female goats. So a ram is different from a goat.
Mhm.
Oh, so a ram mated with a female goat.
Let me see.
That's crazy.
Let's see what
So
that
what would that be?
Well, no, a ram is a ram a male goat?
A male goat?
There's different kind of goats and stuff. And
That's true.
Capricorns are also goats.
Oh, them big ones with the horns.
Yeah, curved
Go
horns.
back. I don't know why I took it as it looked it like a sort of bull type, big buffalo, something like that.
Big like that though.
And that be goats.
Yeah, not big like buffaloes, but yeah, like the size of them, like pretty tall.
That's crazy. And ghosts like to ram you with it. That's probably why they call ram the males.
They say a ram is a male sheep.
Oh, a ram is a male sheep, but a goat and a sheep is different, right? So a goat and a sheep mated. Oh, that's interesting. So what would that breed be?
Yeah, probably.
Really?
Yeah, there's different kind of rams with different horns and everything, but I guess the gist of it is like a ram is a male goat, just like a calf is a baby cow, no matter the gender.
That is crazy. Right. Which matter mated with the female goat were streaked, speckled, and spotted. That one was all three. So that somebody, one of them was getting around.
That's pretty common. That's was a rare breed, man.
It got a picture of it.
Yeah, the picture that they show, I don't know if that's a real picture, but as an example, it is spotted.
Oh, look at that. Y'all, I'm gonna have that for my picture for this video, okay? One of those round
Say they can occasionally mate
goats.
with a goat slash goat producing a very rare hybrid known as a geek or a shoat. I don't know what
A
that's.
geek,
Yeah, a geek or a
so
shoat.
they call geek
I don't know if that's accurate or
or
not.
show
Or shoat.
or show
Shoat.
show.
These
We learned
hybrids
something new tonight, laid back topic.
They say these hybrids are extremely rare due to different chromosome counts. Sheep have 54, goats have 60, meaning most pregnancies result in early loss or stillbirth. Geeks are typically
Geek.
infertile, though some fertile male females have been, though some fertile females have been documented.
Wow. Oh, can I read that, Tom? I don't know if they heard. Oh, would you read it? Can you read it, Tom? They ain't gonna be able to hear you in the mic. I
Yeah.
mean, hear you.
What from
Look,
here?
y'all, I know y'all can't see that on their phone. I'm gonna put a picture of it
How about say you want me to?
on the video. Huh?
How about say you want me to read?
Yeah. You feel up to it?
Yeah, I
You're
got
gonna
you.
have to come over here though.
You think they're gonna hear me? Cause when I did it last time, they still
They
couldn't hear
heard
me.
you a little bit. Hold on, y'all. Let's transition. Let me transition the camera. Okay, we on verse
Oh, it should be
10
fine.
so they can hear you. I'm gonna read it to you. This is about the goat and the sheep.
It says a male sheep can occasionally mate with a goat doe, producing a very rare hybrid known as a geet or shoat. These hybrids are extremely rare due to different chromosome counts. Sheep have 54 and goats 60, meaning most pregnancies result in early loss or stillbirth. Geeps are typically infertile, though some fertile females have been documented.
Wow.
What else?
We learned something new tonight, y'all. That's cool. Thank you, Art. Okay, so thus God has taken away the flock of your father and given them to me. And it happened at the time when the flock conceived that I looked up and saw in a dream that the ram which mated with the female goats were streaked, speckled, and spotted. And y'all, you see how Laban was trying to cheat him, and we gotta often remember, that sometimes we just need to leave things in God's hands. Me, I'm a firm believer. Like, I'm not saying this a fact, but I have seen it time and time again. I'm a firm believer of this. What goes around comes around, and Laman kept trying to cheat him out of different things, they situations, and take advantage of them and all kind of things. And look how it worked out. He ended up with all the with all the flocks, and he walked away with more than he went there with. And Laban didn't end up with anything, but that was by God's hand, because he kept trying to take advantage of Jacob. And then you see how Jacob did his brother, so it evened out. Jacob played his brother, and then Laban played Jacob. Ain't that crazy? And the angels of God said to me in the dream, Jacob, and I said, here I am. I love it when they say that. Abraham started that. He said, look up and see all the rams which are mating with the flock are streaked, sparkled, and spotted. For I have seen all that Laban has been doing to you. I am the God of Bethel, which you anointed the pillar. Sorry, y'all. Alarm. And where you made a vow to me. Now stand up and leave this land and return to the land of your birth. Rachel and Leah answered him, is there still any portion or inheritance for us in our father's house? Are we not counted by him as foreigners? For he sold us to you in marriage and has also entirely used up our purchase price. Surely all the riches which God has taken from our father are ours and our children's. Now then, whatever God has told you to do, do it. Then Jacob stood and took action and put his children and his wives on camels. Yeah, I can't help but to think about every time they say God has told somebody to do something or has spoken to somebody, I can't help but to keep thinking about like in that time when they actually heard God's voice aloud. Y'all think everybody was able to hear God's voice when he spoke at the time to somebody? And people was just like, oh my God, what is that?
Most of the
You
time,
know?
like every time he spoke to somebody, it be by itself.
Just them.
Yeah, it
So
was
I
always
I
somebody.
feel I picture it like it would be a really loud voice out of the sky. That's how I picture it, you know.
Was
Like a
Abraham
rolling
and
thunder.
Sarah
Yeah.
together when he spoke to him about the child and he confronted her about laughing? Was Abraham there too? Was he just
I think he
just him
was
and
by
Sarah?
himself.
Cause
And then she ended up laughing, but he did ask. You know, he did say he wanted people to be surrounded by him so they can laugh with him because he was happy. And I think she ended up coming around him, and when they heard that, she started to laugh in excitement, and so was the others. Whoever was around him, I think they served his servants or whatever.
when when he told Sarah she was gonna be pregnant
Yeah. And she had the same reaction as Abraham.
with that laugh,
Yeah. And he drove away all his livestock and looked alone, all his properties, which he had acquired. The livestock had he had obtained and accumulated in Padan, Padan, Aram, to go to his father Isaac in the land of Canaan. When Laban had gone to shear his sheep, Rachel went into the house and stole her father's household gods. What? What? Rachel went into the house and stole her father's household gods. What that mean?
hmm? What is
When Laban had gone to shear his sheep, Rachel went into the house and stole her father's household gods.
oh his idols? Yeah,
Oh, he had
yeah,
idols.
his
Oh,
little
like
yeah of
statues.
his gods.
Oh. And Jacob deceived Laban the Aramean, Shiran, by not telling him that he intended to leave, and he slipped away secretly. So he fled with everything that he had and got up and crossed the river Euphrates and set his face towards the hill country of Galilee, east of the Jordan River. Uh-oh, Laban pursued Jacob. On the third day after his departure, Laban was told that Jacob had fled. So he took his relatives with him and pursued him for 7 days. And they overtook him in the hill country of Galilee. God came to Laban, the Aramean, the Aram, in a dream at night and said to him, be careful that you do not speak to Jacob, either good or bad. Then Laban overtook Jacob. Now Jacob had pitched his tent on the hill, and Laban with his relative camped on the same hill of Galilee. Then Laban said to Jacob, what do you mean by deceiving me and leaving without my knowledge? and carrying off my daughters as if they were captives of your sword. Why did you run away secretly and deceive me and not tell me, so that otherwise I might have sent you away with joy? I don't think so, because he'd been saying every time Jacob got ready to leave, he'd be saying, oh, he'll make him another deal, like to give him 7 more years to work for him. Why did you run away secretly and deceive me and not tell me, so that otherwise I might have sent you away with joy and with songs, with music on the tambonian, tambourine. I don't know where I got that word from. And lyre, lyre, lyre,
Lyre.
lyre. What is that, lyre?
It's an instrument, but I'm not sure what it is.
I ain't never heard of that. What's the one with the strings go across, go down like this, and it's shaped like?
How about the harp?
Oh, that's a harp.
Oh, a lyre.
Oh, it looked like a leather purse, y'all. One of them no suede purses back in the days of like the. I wish y'all could see it. Look it up on y'all
See
phones.
if you get it to focus.
The light going can y'all see it? I don't want to blind y'all. It show pretty good. That's what a leer is. What is called?
A
A
lyre.
lyre? A leer?
Lyre.
Leer. Huh. I will actually play that. And why did you not allow me to kiss my grandchildren and my daughters goodbye? Now you have done a foolish thing in behaving like this. It is in my power to harm you. But the God of your father spoke to me last night, saying, be careful not to speak to Jacob either good or bad. What y'all think by that statement? He that was good or that was bad? He did threaten them.
Ooh,
I mean
labor.
Laban did threaten Jacob. Like you could say it was a threat with a smile. You know what I'm saying? He ain't said it all harsh or nothing. But he questioned him as if he was in charge of him. And then he said, now he got the right, Let me see. And why did you not allow me to kiss my grandchildren and my daughters goodbye? Now you have done a foolish thing in behaving like this. It is in my power to harm you. That's a threat with a smile. Like to say, not to say it was said harshly, but it still has the same meaning behind it. And God just told him not to say nothing to Jacob, good or either bad. He just said, God of your father spoke to me last night, saying, be careful not to speak to Jacob either good or bad. Now, I suppose you felt you must go because you were homesick for your father's house and family. But why did you steal my household gods? You see, and that was his daughter that stole his stuff. Jacob answered Laban, I left secretly because I was afraid, for I thought you would take my daughters away from me by force. The one with whom you found your gods shall not live in the presence of our relatives. Search my possessions and point out whatever you find that belongs to you and take it. For Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen the idols. So Laban went into Jacob's tent and into Leah's tent and the tent of their two maids, but he did not find them. Then he came out of Leah's tent and entered Rachel's tent. Now Rachel had taken the household idols and put them in the camel's shuttle bag and sat on them. Laban searched through all her tent, but did not find them. So Rachel said to her father, do not be displeased, my lord, that I cannot rise before you, for the manner of women is on me, and I am unwell. He searched further, but did not find the household idols. Then Jacob became angry and argued with Laban. And he said to Laban, what is my fault? What is my sin that you pursued me like this? Although you have searched through all my possessions, what have you found of your household goods? Put it here before my relatives and your relatives, so that they may decide who has done right between the two of us. I heard that before too. We read some passages and somebody had said that to another person. Oh, that was Abraham's wife said that to him. I did not bring you to torn carcass, carcasses, carcasses of the animals attacked by predators. I personally took the loss you required of me to make good everything that was stolen, whether it occurred by day or night. This was my situation. By day, the heat consumed me, and by night, the cold, and I could not sleep. These 20 years, dang, he spent 20 years there. The first agreement was 7 years, and he ended up staying 20 years. So you see, Laban probably would have been like, well, let me still work for me for another 7 years. He wasn't gonna planning on letting them go. These 20 years I have been in your house. I served you 14 years for your two daughters. One it was on oath for the two daughters, 7 and 7, and 6 years for my share of your flocks. Dang. And you have changed my wages 10 times. If the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the feared one of Isaac has not been with me, most certainly you would have sent me away. Now empty handed, God has seen my afflictions and humiliation and the exhausting labor of my hands. So he rendered judgment and rebuked you last night. Okay, y'all, we're gonna do one more. The covenant of Mizpah, Mizpah. You know that word? That sound familiar? Mizpah. I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Miss Pep?
Mizpah.
How to spell
Mizpah. I keep
Oh,
putting
Miss
that
Pop.
Mizpah. Oh,
Miss Pop.
yeah, PH is like the F sign, but it's PAH. Mizpah. Okay. Laban answered Jacob, these women that you married are my daughters. These children are my grandchildren. These flocks are from my flocks. And all that you see here is mine. Oh, he one of them, huh? But what can I do today to these my daughters? What can I do today to these my daughters or to their children to whom they have given birth? So come now, let us make a covenant, you and I, and let it serve as a witness between you and me. So Jacob took a stone and set it up as a memorial pillar. Jacob said to his relatives, gather stones, and they took stones, made a mound of stones, and they ate a ceremonial meal together. There on the mound of stones, which is Proverbs 16:7, Laban called it Jagger, Shadutha. Forgive me that I know that's probably not right. Stone Mountain of Testimony in Aramac. 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 Okay, so that's what it means. But Jacob called it Galilee. Laban said, this mound of stones is a witness, a reminder of the oath taken today between you and me. Before he also called the name Galilee and Mizpah, Watcher, which tower? that was in parentheses, y'all. Split. Which tower? For Laban said, may the Lord watch between you and me when we are absent from one another. If you should mistreat, humiliate, oppress my daughters, or if you should take other wives besides my daughters, although no one is with us as a witness, see and remember, God is witness between you and me. Laban said to Jacob, look at this mound of stones and look at this pillar which I have set up between you and me. This mound is a witness, and this pillar is a witness that I will not pass by this mound to harm you, and that you will not pass by this mound and this pillar to harm me. The God of Abraham, your father, and the God of Nahor, my father, and the God, the image of worship of their father, Tahar, and idolater, judge between us. But Jacob swore only by the one true God, the fear of his father Isaac, which is John 24:2. Then Jacob, sorry, then Jacob offered a sacrifice to the Lord on the mountain and called his relatives to the meal. And they ate food and spent the night on the mountain. Early in the morning, Laban got up and kissed his grandchildren and his daughters goodbye and pronounced a blessing, asking God's favor on them. Then Laban left and returned home. Well, that's good. They came to understanding and a little promise to one another. Jacob feared of Esau. Ooh, y'all, I need to get to bed. Oh, I want to read that because I've been really anxious to see how it's gonna work out between him and Esau. Hopefully the mama don't be messy and stir up more trouble, and hopefully they can come to some type of agreement, like understanding and forgiveness with each other and get back close. But Jacob was on some crazy mess from the very beginning, and they twins. That is crazy. I can't wait till it's after 12 o'clock so I can say later on today, y'all. We're gonna start on chapter 32, Jacob fear of Esau. I've been wanting to see how that was gonna play out. How that's gonna play out. They may do a covenant between each other. I don't know. So that's our stories for tonight, you guys. I enjoyed those stories. That was very interesting. We learned something new. And I hope y'all had a wonderful day. I hope y'all have a blessed night, a safe night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. That's Arcan. And y'all stay up, right? And stay laid back. All right, laid back topic family. Peace, my babies. I love you much, 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 much. Mwah! And I'll see y'all later. Bye.